Slow, slow, and slow once again. What's up, 23% Nation? This is your man, Coach D. Today, I'm back with the Success Saturday video series, where here we discuss exactly how to be successful while on the 23% Challenge meal plan. So without any further delay, let's go ahead and dive just a little deeper. All right, for this video, as with all of the videos in this particular video series, I only have two objectives. Number one is Coach D's tip, which is basically a little bit of guidance, a little bit of assistance, a little bit of did you know? Now, my second objective is rather long-term, and that is to save 1 million animals. So if you're like Coach D and you love information, you love tidbits, and you love animals, then guys, please watch and listen on. All right, so Coach D's tip for today is, once again, take it slow. Now, I've already made a previous video entitled basically the same thing, but that was part one. This is part two. So, how do we take it slow? Well, guys, let's talk about it. All right, now remember something. The 23% Challenge meal plan is all about eating only plant foods and drinking only water for 7 consecutive days. Now remember, it's the first 7 days of every single month. Now, upon hearing that, a lot of people may say, well, Coach D, that's easy. Then on the flip side, you have some people that say, well, Coach D, that's way too difficult. I could never go 7 days without eating any meat or processed foods or drinking any processed beverages. So guys, if you're the type of person who thinks the 23% Challenge meal plan is going to be difficult, then you definitely need to listen on. All right, now here is what I suggest. Don't go cold turkey, meaning quit all of your meat products, all of your other animal products, all of your processed foods and beverages at once. We need to take it slow. Why? Because this is one of the best ways that I can suggest so that you are successful while on the meal plan. So please do not go cold turkey, especially if you think it's difficult. Another thing that I suggest in order to help facilitate you going slow, right, is to go at your own pace. Ladies and gentlemen, please do not allow anyone, including me, Coach D, to force you to go at a pace that is too fast or too quick. Once again, I want you to be successful. So let's take it slow. Let's go at our own pace. Now, in my previous video, part one, I mentioned that one way for us to take it slow, to go at our own pace, is to eat only plant foods and drink only water before 12 p.m. or shall we say in the a.m. in the morning. But now for this video, I'm going to switch it up just a little bit. Now, maybe before 12 p.m. doesn't quite work for you for whatever reason. So in this video, I'm going to suggest that we do it, excuse me, after 12 p.m. That's right, guys. Now we're talking about in the afternoon or in the evening time. Now, because we are technically in the p.m., let's now talk about what we're going to eat for lunch and or dinner. Now, according to the rules of the meal plan, this can be considered meals 2 and meals 3, as well as snacks 2 and snack number 3. So now that we understand why we need to take it slow, let's continue to talk about this issue. Now, a lot of times people can come up with all types of reasons why they shouldn't participate in the meal plan. Well, today, guys, I'm going to help you out and I'm going to offer you a few more suggestions. Why? Because I want you to be successful. I don't want you to fail. So the primary reason that it's best to do it after 12 p.m. is simply because you have more time. 23% nation, let's not use time as an excuse not to do something. Rather, let's use time as a reason to do something. Yes? So let's talk about it. Maybe you are an employee. Maybe you have a regular 9 to 5. And so guess what? After 12 p.m., yeah, generally speaking, you are off from work. So therefore, you have more time. Maybe, just maybe, you are a college student. And based on my experiences, most college students prefer to have their classes in the AM. That's right. So that way, in the PM, they can study, they can relax, write, they can write a paper, write. Now, here's another reason why you want to do it after 12 p.m. is that if you have children, believe it or not, your kids are home from school, which means you may have more time. Here's another reason. If you are a gym rat like Coach D, right? You love to go to the gym to work out, or maybe you don't prefer the gym. Maybe you prefer to do some type of outdoor activity, or maybe you prefer group exercise classes. Well, chances are in the PM you are finished with your workout, therefore you have more time. Or maybe, just maybe, you are on vacation. Now, I remember being on vacation once, and I remember wanting to sleep in until 12 p.m. So you may not wake up until the p.m., right? So if that's you, if you're on vacation, whether it's from work or maybe from classes, i.e. spring break, then yes, you will definitely have more time in the afternoon and evening hours. Why? Because you are on vacation. Or maybe, just maybe, you are a business owner, right? And so maybe your early morning hours are filled with meetings, right? You have to talk about marketing, you have to talk about sales, you have to talk about everything under the sun, right? And so perhaps you're the type of business owner who likes to schedule their meetings for the AM, and you complain that you don't have time. Well, guys, let's use this as an opportunity to create more time so that we're successful while on the meal plan. Okay. All right. So here's another piece of advice. Keep it simple. And I do mean simple. So now the question is, how do we keep it simple, Coach D? After all, this is a video about how to be successful while on the 23% challenge meal plan. So guys, if you're like me and you are a lazy vegan, right? You don't necessarily like to do a whole lot of cooking. You don't have a lot of time. You don't want to get into a lot of meal prep. Guys, I'm going to offer you just a few ways in which you can, number one, gain more time, and number two, still be lazy, but healthy overall. So if you want to keep it simple, you can maybe just try a good old plate of beans and brown rice. Now, make sure that your rice is brown, right? And also, make sure your beans, well, make sure they're cooked, okay? And also, they can be canned or they can be fresh. If you prefer baked potatoes, that's great. Now, this could be a white potato or a sweet potato. And while you're at it, if you're going to make it a sweet potato, add just a little bit of cinnamon or a lot of cinnamon and maybe even some nutmeg, and that will definitely wake up the flavor. Here's another idea. For those of us who enjoy salads, that's right. So go into your refrigerator. Look and see which vegetables, which fruits, which whole grains, which nuts and seeds, which legumes you can combine together to make you a really nice large salad. Or, like I said, keep it simple. You may just want to have vegetables, right? Now, when it comes to veggies, here's a little tip. Guys, your vegetables, well, they can be fresh or they can be frozen. Believe it or not, the nutrient content of each is pretty much the same. Now, as far as preparation is concerned, I'll leave that up to you. You can do a vegetable stir fry, or you can boil them, or you can bake them. Don't complicate it, guys. Please, we're trying to keep it simple. Or if you really want to be lazy and you want to let somebody else do the cooking for you, which I highly suggest, guys, you can always visit the prepared dishes section of your local grocery store. Now, sometimes it may be called the kitchen, but whatever it is, just walk on over there, see what they have to offer. Now, if you like something but you are very unfamiliar with it, don't fret, don't worry, don't stress. Ask them for a sample. And guess what? It's absolutely free. Now, take the sample. Hopefully you like it. And chances are you want to go ahead and purchase it by the pound. Now, you can get half a pound, a whole pound, or maybe just maybe you're having people over for dinner. So go ahead and maybe get 2, maybe even 3 pounds. And here is my last little tip to help you keep it simple, is to go eat at a plant-based restaurant. Once again, if you're a lazy vegan, then that's no problem. Allow someone else to do the cooking for you. Now, believe it or not, guys, vegan restaurants are extremely popular. However, if you're new to the plant-based lifestyle, all you have to do is do a quick Google search. Type in vegan restaurants near me, and within less than half of a second, Google will give you your desired results. So there we have it, guys. A few quick tips to help you keep it simple. All right. Now, for those of us who want to go the extra mile, for those of us who want to up the ante, for those of us who enjoy cooking, right? Guys, I want to now hit you up with a few recipes from the one and only forksoverknives.com. Now, there is a movie entitled Forks Over Knives, which I highly recommend you watch. Basically, it talks about the detriments of animal products, meat, processed foods, and processed vegetables, and it really does highlight all the amazing benefits of a whole food plant-based diet. Now, as usual, I went to the website and I did just a little bit of research. So what I want to do now is I want to offer you a few seemingly familiar recipes from forksoverknives.com. So the first one that I want to introduce you to is entitled Jackfruit Barbecue Sandwich with Broccoli Slaw. Sounds delicious, doesn't it? Next, we have Peach and Pepper Tacos. Number 3, we have 5-ingredient veggie burger. Now, do me a quick favor, take a look at the picture. Right? Looks really, really nice, right? Looks like something that you and the kids and the rest of the family could enjoy, right? Next up, we have street corn tostadas. That's right. So to my Latin community, or maybe you're not Latin and maybe you just love tostadas overall, then guys, believe it or not, forksoverknives.com has a recipe just for you. Next, we have Sloppy Joe pitas. Amazing, right? Next up, we have barbecue summer rolls. So guys, my objective here is to show you that the website basically showcases many different types of recipes that most of us are already familiar with. Think about it. Aren't you already familiar with sandwiches, tacos, burgers, tostadas, pitas, and maybe even rolls, spring rolls perhaps? Now, here's something that you probably will definitely enjoy, is that number 1, I am providing you with a direct link to all of these recipes. All you have to do is click on the description box. Now, once you get to the website, you're going to find a lot of great information. You're going to find an ingredient list. You're going to find cooking instructions, pictures, and maybe just maybe even a cool short video. Now, here's the thing. I know that some people here are parents. I know that some people here are in relationships. You have a husband, a wife, a boyfriend, or a girlfriend. Or maybe you just live with your parents, or maybe you live with your whole family, right? And so here's one of the things that I definitely want to suggest. Get other people involved in this process. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have kids, not only have them cook with you, but more importantly, have them go to the grocery store with you. Assimilate them into the process of selecting the plant foods, purchasing the plant foods, preparing the plant foods, and then ultimately eating the plant foods. For those of us who have girlfriends and boyfriends, if you want some support, you gotta get the other person involved. For those of us who have family members, maybe you live with mom and dad. Maybe you live with your cousins and your brothers and your sisters. Find one person that can help support you and get them involved in the shopping and the cooking process. Believe it or not, guys, it'll make a world of difference when you have support. All right, now let's dive into Coach D's long-term objective, which is to save 1 million animals. Now, yes, I understand that may sound very, very big, but believe it or not, it is doable. Here's a little more information for you. So I came across a website which is entitled vegancalculator.com. And here's what I found out. They say that eating a 100% plant-based diet for only 7 days saves 7 animals. Now here's the really good part, is that not only does it save 7 animals, believe it or not, you also lower your carbon footprint, right? So now the question is, Coach D, what types of animals are you really looking to save? Well, guys, let's address that with this slide. I'm basically looking to save 2 different types of animals. One type are those animals that are used for food, such as the cows, the pigs, the chickens, the shrimp, the crab, the lobster, the rabbits, the lambs, and the goats, and anything else that we eat for food, right? Now, the second type of animal that I want to help save are those animals whose natural habitats are destroyed by the standard American diet. You know, what's interesting is that oftentimes I watch movies that advocate eating a whole food plant-based style, right? And so one movie that I came across is called Cowspiracy. Now, it's a great movie, and here's what they say. The movie Cowspiracy simply says that animal agriculture is the biggest contributor to deforestation, desertification, water pollution, air pollution, ocean dead zones, and species extinction. So it's because of how we eat that we ultimately are responsible for the degradation of planet Earth. That's right. So here's what we have to understand, is that animal agriculture basically is a two-headed beast. One head simply means that we are producing more animals artificially to be eaten as food, and then the other head of the beast is the mere fact that we have to clear land in order to grow crops for these animals to eat. And now we wonder why the Amazon rainforest is being burned down. Ladies and gentlemen, it's primarily because of animal agriculture. We're clearing the land to grow crops, and then we're also creating and raising animals artificially. So there we have it, guys. To answer the question, what kind of animals? Well, I'm looking to save all animals. 23% Nation, I need your help. As a matter of fact, I need 145,000 people to join me on the 23% Challenge meal plan. Now, here's something that you gotta understand. Number one, it's easy. Why? Because it's only 7 days. As a matter of fact, it's the first 7 days of every single month. So we can actually accomplish this in only 1 week. Now, check this out. If we can get 145,000 people to do this the first 7 days of every month, By 1 year's time, we'll have saved 12 million animals. So 23% Nation, once again, I need your help. All right, some of you are listening. Some of you want to step up and say, well, Coach D, I love this idea. I love plants, I love animals, and yeah, I do want to reduce my carbon footprint. So I want to help. Well, guys, here's some amazing news. I've actually teamed up with Fiverr.com, and yes, I have my own gig there. Now, it does say I will create a 7-day plant-based vegan meal plan specifically for you. And yes, it's absolutely right. I will do that for you. All you have to do is go to the description box once again and click on the link. The link will take you directly to my gig. Now, here's the great news, is that it not only comes with the meal plan, but it also comes with a nutrition report, a health assessment, and you guessed it, a workout plan. Now, I will say that many people have taken me up on this offer and they are getting amazing results. So, if you want to improve your health, if you want to save a few animals and you want to preserve planet Earth, then definitely purchase my gig on Fiverr.com. 23% Nation, believe it or not, that's all that I have for you today. Let's not forget to use our 3-word mantra. It's hashtag eat more plants. My name is Coach D. Now let's always remember to eat well, feel well, think well, do well, be well. I'm signing out. Always remember to take care, God bless, and never ever forget that Coach D loves you.